Hey guys, well, if your glove box liner is anything like mine, the hinge will be broken off it, and this thing will fall on the floor if you hit a bump. So what you're going to need to do is get yourself a hinge. This one is out of a 1981 Ford Bronco. I've already started doing this, just proof of concept to make sure it's going to work. But what you're going to want to do is take your hinge. You'll notice that it's got a bit of a bevel on it. This side goes on your glove box liner. This side will get bolted to the dash. So anyways, take your hinge, fold it around so that the hinge line is exposed. What you're going to want to do is line this up with your hinge, right where it hinges, and then draw a line so that you know where it needs to be, just for a reference point. After you've got that done, take a razor blade and just shave this down. Doesn't have to be pretty, you're not ever going to see it again, because you'll never have to repair this again. And you'll also have to take, there's little ribs on here that extend a little bit, just shave them down. I used a razor blade in behind it and then like that, all the way across. So that this lays flat. That is key, because when you put your glove box cover on, this won't get in the way of it. That's also why I like the bevel on it. So you want to make sure that your hinge, when it's lined up, can move freely all the way. It doesn't have to go all the way there, but I noticed with my factory hinge there, it was binding, wouldn't allow it to go totally flat, but this way it can go all over the place. So once you've got this done, you're going to want to put, well, you can use whatever fastening methods you want. I'm going to use a nut and bolt on these from the inside. It'll pop through right about there. So it's not going to be the prettiest, but you'll never have to fix this again. And that's what I'm going for. So I'll get that done and show you guys what I came up with. Okay, you can see I've drilled my 3 holes and it lines up just like that. So now we can get to installing it. If you do want a really flat look, like I'm using machine screws and I'm going to put a washer on them. If you find that it is interfering, you can take these and just weld them. But well, you know what, I might not even need nuts on the back. That's the perfect size hole. That's what he said. So I'll get these installed and then we'll try her out, see how she does. Might not even need washers, but again, we will see. Oops. Perfect, I'll go grab my screwdriver. There, you can see I got a little bit of protrusion from the bottom. If you want, you can get smaller bolts or machine screws or whatever. Next thing you're gonna want to do is check to make sure that your hinge still functions as a hinge. So basically, that's it. We're ready to install. So we can get the front pad back on this, and the good thing about this is that you don't have to try to replace this. So that's awesome. And what's even better is this fits. It doesn't bind or anything, it just rests up nicely against it. But I'm not applying any kind of force onto it to make it sit flat. It's doing it. Yeah, you can see the gap there. Or nope, you can see the gap there. So it's lots of room in there. That's perfect. That's exactly what we needed. You know what, I do have enough room. I'm going to take the screws out and put big washers on them, just because I don't want them ever trying to pull through. But I guess there's tons of room back there, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then oh, I just got this all dirty. Then we'll be ready to install our glove box. Well guys, I got the washers installed. It's just added security. Hinge still works, and there's a little bit less of the screws sticking up, so I can live with that for sure. If this is never ever gonna break, and this is all I got to deal with for that. That's not a problem at all. So yeah, we'll get our cover put on it, and then we'll get her installed. Okay guys, now what you're going to want to do is take your glove box, slide it in, and latch it. Now you will see some areas where you have to drill out. So, and it might stick out a little bit. That is just the old screws. They're protruded, most of them. If you want, you could grind those flat or hammer them flat. I will see how this does, and if I need to modify it further, I will do so. But what I did is I marked them with a pen where I needed to drill the holes. Then I used a 3/32 drill bit. And then when I grabbed the hinge, I took all the screws. And with the 3/32, it's the same body size. But all the threads on the screws are a little bit bigger. So if you wind this screw in on a 3/32 hole, it will be nice and tight, and it'll work good. So I'll go and get those installed, and then we will check the operation of the glove box. Okay, so now I got it screwed in. You'll notice it bulges a little bit where those things are, and this is bugging me a little bit. What you could do is notch this ever so slightly with an angle grinder. But let's check operation. Oh, friggin' right. Perfect. That works. That'll do her. I am very happy with that. And yeah, that's all you gotta live with, is just that tiny couple little screws. But now you've got a glove box that will never break again. That's awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give her a thumbs down. Subscribe to see more of the 3+3 build, and until next time, take care.